All right, guys. Today we are gonna be reacting to Rachel Wilson's school Feminist on what submission is. Jump in.
Well, I noticed that when Andrew said what he was looking for in a wife was a good mom and someone who's going to obey, that got quite a reaction from the panel. So I don't know if any of the girls want to ask about that because they seemed like they thought that was a bad, naughty word, the obey word.
I mean, I'm not looking for a dictator. Like, I don't want someone who's going to tell me what to do and I got to follow it, like, with my tail between my legs, you know? But I think obey was too strong to say. I would say someone who's just submissive. Like, I still want my opinion and my voice to be heard in the relationship, but I would do what my man tells me to do for the most part.
Okay, so how is that? Okay, we got to figure out where the line is. When you say submissive, but you're like, well, I'll submit when I'm in the mood. Like, how's that submission?
Well, because it's kind of like, well, yeah, you're right then, because I'm not fully submissive then, I would say. Like, if my man tells me, like, come here, or do this, or do that, I'll do that. But if it's going against my own personal, like, beliefs and thoughts, like, I'm not going to do it. Like, I'm just
Well, here's where this comes into play. It's not like, so I don't know if people think that Andrew's just telling me like, stand up, sit down, eat this much, don't eat that. He's not doing that, but it's like, so if there comes a point where we disagree on something, like let's say we need to buy a new house, Andrew gets a job offer somewhere and he's like, okay, I got a job offer, but part of that is we got to move to Mexico, right? And I don't really want to move to Mexico. What do you think as a married couple, what do you think the right move is there?
Well, if he's the financial provider for the family, then I feel like the right move is for you to go with him and figure it out.
But what if I don't want to?
Well, then that's on you. That's your.
Well, what would you do? What would you do if your husband's like, listen, I'm taking this job, we're moving to Mexico, and you're like, but I want to be close to my mom, and I like my friends here, and I don't want to go to Mexico. I want to stay here. Like,
no, I'm like, let's go. Like, I'll call my mom. I'll talk to her on the phone. That's okay. Like, I did it already. I got married.
But what if it's somewhere you really don't want to go? Okay, what if it's like Pakistan?
Pakistan's insane. Okay. Whoa. Honestly, I think I would kind of like visit first to see if this is the right fit for me as well, and see if we can do the long distance thing. But I'm all about like family too. So like my husband's my family member now. So, and I like priorities within that household, not my mom and sisters and stuff like that. So honestly, if I have to move to Pakistan, I will, but I would just go back home a lot, or vice versa. I'll stay home and visit him a lot. I don't know.
Okay, what if your husband gives you a spending limit? Like, what if he says, look, babe, we have financial goals, and you can only spend this much per month on, your personal spending. And you're like, well, I can't get my hair done, my nails done, all my makeup that I like to buy. That's not enough. I need like double that. Like, what if you guys have an issue about finances like that? Are you going to submit to what he says there or no?
No, he's going to have to let me work.
Wow.
Oh. Wow. So then
the
why?
Arrogance. You see how she says that, and then she gives you a little bit of that attitude, bitchy attitude. The arrogance.
Let me just ask then, if that's the way it works, if that's the deal for the man, why would he want to marry you?
Well, you ain't got to.
Right, but what I'm saying is like, why would a man want to have children and make a lifelong commitment to somebody who's like, well, I'm going to do what I want though?
Mm-hmm. Well, I just feel like choose your partner wisely. Like, we all come with our own flaws. So it's like, if you don't like that I like to get my hair done and my nails done, and I think it's a priority for me to look good, which is what attracted you, I just feel like, well then, I don't know. I just literally forgot my whole point. But
so
I just feel like
you're married, you have 2 kids with your husband, and he gets in an accident at work. And, now you do have to work. And all he gets is like disability pay, and your budget, like your income is half what it used to be. So now you truly can't afford to get your hair done, get your nails done, get the like brand name makeup. You gotta just like, you still have a roof over your head, you still have food, you still have heat. The basics are there, but you don't get any of the luxuries anymore. Are you gonna like stick it out with him, or are you out at that point?
No, I'm holding it down. Like, honestly, like I'm really self-sufficient. So luckily for me, if we're talking about me personally, I know how to do my own hair. I know how to do my own makeup. I do.
Forrest Gump donated $200. Chair number 1, I'm not as thought as you drunk I am, officer.
What?
Who's chair number one?
Well, I guess I'm asking, like, why is it two different answers that you gave me? Like, if you're willing to go without stuff, if things go wrong, why?
And that's just on attracted the rings and the lips. Oh my goodness, nose ring, anything that has a ring in their face is disgusting.
Why would you not be willing to go without stuff if your husband says we have financial goals, for now we got to pare down the budget? Why are you instantly like, well, I'm going to go to work? What if he doesn't want to put his kids in a daycare? What if he's like, I don't want my kids raised in a daycare. I want my wife to raise my kids. You're going to prioritize hair?
No, it's not that I would prioritize hair. I just kind of feel like if that's our goals for a family and I'm so capable to work, yeah, you want me to stay home and take care of the children. I don't know. It's kind of like I would do it and I wouldn't at the same time. It's just like I want what I want. If I can't have it at that moment because I know there's a bigger goal in mind, then I'll for sure sacrifice that. But if I don't have to, I'm not going to. Like, if you kind of get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I think it's like you might lose some battles to win the war.
Yeah.
But like you love this person, you can kind of see the vision long term.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Or you have to say
But if you guys expect a provider, why would a provider have to why would you have to agree to everything he decides? If he says, this is what the finances are, I'm the provider, you've got everything you need and most of what you want, but look, I'm gonna say no to some things. What makes you feel like you have this, well, I should still be able to just have whatever I want? I'm asking, how can you ask for both? How can you say provide for me, but also I'm going to make the decisions, I'm going to do what I want, I'm going to be willful, and it's all about me and what I want. And if you say, this is how I want things to be, if I agree, I'll go along, but if I disagree, I'm just going to do what I want anyway. You would never sign up for that. You would never marry somebody or sign up for a job where somebody was going to be like that to you. If you were the boss and you're interviewing an employee and they're like, well, I'll listen to you when I agree, but when I don't agree with you, I'm just going to do what I want. You would not hire that person as an employee.
You say that?
No, honestly, I feel
Right?
like that's one of the biggest issues I have in relationships is that because that's how I am. It's kind of like
relationships. Who's this guy that just? Oh, man, see, man. Sometimes guys, you cannot be in a relationship that you're a simp. Then because she's gonna be in a program like this and put your name down. She's literally here arguing whether or not she submits to the husband. That's the end of the conversation. That's the undertone theme of this conversation. Sad.
you tell me, and I'm like, okay, I'm cool with that. And the minute I'm not cool with something, I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
See?
So that's kind of
Right.
like one of the biggest issues I do have in a relationship, which is you're kind of like.
Also, you're not an employee.
Yeah.
Well, but if you're
I think not everyone is like that. That's like double
talking about
standard.
being a submissive wife, then yes, you are.
Wait,
To be submissive is to be subordinate. It means that you are not in charge. It means that there is somebody above you who has authority over you. And this is my little old lady wisdom for you girls. I remember the specific moment when I was very young in my early 20s and I realized this. If you want a man who is about business and he can handle his shit and he's a good leader and he's like competent, he's independent, he's like one of these top tier guys that you want that's like confident and knows what he's doing, that type of man is not going to put up with strong independent woman bullshit. He's not going to put up
I
with you
agree.
stepping on his dick all the time and going, well, but I think we should be doing it this way and I really don't agree with you. Like, if you want a guy who's going to put up with that, he's going to be a little bit of a softer beta kind of
Yep.
guy who's going to let you walk all over him, and you're probably not going to be
Well,
attracted.
they don't want to say it. This is the problem. They say that they want that type of guy, but in reality, they don't want it. Which made this conversation harder to have because that means that you have to just literally just pull those teeth out of their mouth for them to say it. Which is crazy. We know that that's the type of guy they want. And they should. And they should. Why they should? Because that means this protection. That's what they are attracted to. But somehow we have to pretend that none of these stuff exists. None of it.
And you're probably
I
not
have a theory about all this. The transgender, the alphabet mafia. I think it's a way of females. It's a way of females filtering betas and eliminating competition to get to those top guys quicker. And I think I might be right. I don't know how to put it in words, but the LGBT, the mafia, right, community, what it does is just filter the betas or the bad seeds. And what it does is it gives females a better shot to just reach to those guys, because those guys that are part of the mafia, they're not competing anymore. They're not attracted to that. They gave in. The guys gave in. They're part of the mafia now. And the females, they're part of the mafia too. So they're taking females out of the competition and they're eliminating the beta guys. So that way they can get straight to those top guys quicker. That is my hypothesis. For the reason they cannot say it, because it sounds harsh, but that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know.
Can respect him. So you kind of have to pick one. Like if you want
I don't know about the respect.
No, it's true.
No,
You're not
because
gonna-
listen.
Forrest Gump donated $200. Chair number 3, you are a 9.5. God bless the United Kingdom, and I hope we are not cousins. Long live Andrew and Rachel.
I told you she's gorgeous. Well, that's very kind.
I think people respect different things. So I actually did
That's a
agree
simp.
with.
That's a Forrest Gump. They say this, bro. Simp. Nah.
You know, most of that statement from Rachel.
She's okay. She's like a 7, but 9.5 now. He's trying to show off now. Nah, man. See? He's trying to show off now. Nah, bro.
Where it probably won't be a guy who's so demanding all the time. And my 2 exes were exactly like what you kind of described, like the confident alpha male, so many successful businesses, everyone wants to be him. You know, the guys are like, you know, trying to be his mentee and whatever. And then, you know, I actually didn't really respect how he would kind of project that into our relationship and be controlling me. By the way, I didn't say that I am extreme. I didn't say that I want to be submissive in a relationship because of these 2 experiences. I realized that actually I respect someone who cares about what I think.
But a confident man cares about what you think.
Andrew just doesn't care about what I think.
A confident man cares what you think. You hear that, guys? If you have to care about what I think, if you're confident, that way I know you're confident. Care what I say. You have to care what I say. Otherwise, you're not confident.
I mean,
I've definitely suspected that, but I feel like it might be a persona. So
No, it's I
mean, because seriously, I don't think you guys would be together if he didn't actually care. But I will say sometimes online it comes off that way.
well, that's because sometimes it is that way. There are times where if he knows something is important and stuff has to get done and there's like a deadline and he doesn't have time for a bunch of quabbling and like
so you're
just
being
how we did with chair
unreasonable because that's the difference. I would never do that actually because I'm very reasonable. I used to be a tech founder too. I used to be the CPO and I just wouldn't do things that are not reasonable. If
CPO, what does that mean? Let me know in the comment section below. What does CPO means?
there's a deadline, if there's something urgent, I would do like basically just, risk analysis or whatever. Basically like I'm just doing SWOT analysis all the time when we're making decisions together. We would discuss and then we would pick something that is reasonable together. And sometimes for financial,
you realize that over the course of a whole lifetime, there will be times for every couple where they hit a point with something where they just don't agree.
I agree.
And so the question is, what do you do then?
I actually kind of answered this earlier. So for financial and home, I will go with my man's choice, basically his opinion, if we're really at like an impasse. And then for mental, emotional health, physical health, lifestyle, it will be me actually. So that's kind of how
What do you mean by lifestyle? If you were married,
spending money.
But what do you mean by lifestyle?
Lifestyle, spending money. Spending money, that's what it means.
Just mean lifestyle, like, how fit are we? What are we eating? What are we putting into our bodies? Like, are we getting walks? Because these really are things that when two people are so busy, just basically workaholics, someone has to think about it.
Donated $200. I'd rather have 1,000 lives with Rachel and what Andrew and her have than be with you 304s. Girls versus the real woman.
What's 304?
It's hoe.
304s, they're calling us whores.
Well, the things you say that you would like to be in charge in are quite feminine things. So, you know, cooking and making sure your husband goes for walks and stuff. Well, you said about what food you eat. So,
yeah, we order because I only cook as a hobby because I actually really like.
I only cook as a hobby. I only cook as a hobby. I only cook as a hobby. Listen, folks, this lady, I don't know how simps can just don't get it, man. I simply don't get it, folks.
Wait, cooking as a hobby? Yeah.
Yeah, we usually it's insane to say that. You need your wife to make 3 meals a day, minimum. I mean, and she's saying like, I cook as a hobby. Man, you don't cook anything. Cooking should be a lifestyle. A lifestyle. You don't cook, you don't eat. You don't eat, that's it.
Out, but like occasionally I did cook the other day as a hobby, and like I love cooking for my mans when I'm not tired or stressed or
Even if you're
worried
tired,
about
you're
business.
supposed to cook. You're not. It's not.
I think supposed to is
not an
objective because
option.
I never told. No. Listen, I never said at any point in the relationship of meeting this guy that I cook. All my exes know, like I'm not that I cook, I clean, but I still handle things like emotional, mental, physical health, taking into consideration both people's long-term well-being.
I want to tell you something. From the place I come from, a woman that don't know how to cook and not passionate about it, she's not considered a good catch. Because
I don't cook, I don't clean.
Cooking coming with passion.
I've been proposed to twice by quality. My last multi-millionaire.
Ay, man, what a whore poop, man. This lady's a whore poop. This lady is a fake. She's trying to brag here. I don't know what you got twice. Like, what happened? It's all a brag. Why you're not married? I mean,
A lot of people's dream guy, he proposed. I was the one who broke it off.
It's a dream guy only to girls who come from nothing. For girls who know life, she's not dreaming on a billionaire, because a billionaire gonna have control over you.
Yes, control. Exactly. That's why I actually respect someone who respects my opinion.
Bro, this lady, Chinese, whatever, American, bro, man, these simps, bro. These simps, man, a lot of money just throwing the money away. Let me know what you guys think. I will see you next one.